Okay, so I'm back at it, you guys. Right now, I'm going to show you guys how to make stickers using printable vinyl. Now, I went into Hobby Lobby one day and just walking around, and I went to, there was a section where they had stuff on clearance, and I love clearance. So I got this. These are printable vinyl sticker paper. Okay, create custom vinyl projects by printing on your home printer and cutting with any die cut machine, i.e. your Epson, okay, with an offset. So here we go. I'm using up most of the paper. I've already printed it out using Silhouette Cameo. And if you're a Cameo person, then you know that you have to have your registration marks on the paper. Okay, so that's what you're seeing there is my registration mark. Okay, and at the bottom you have your registration mark there. I'm gonna line it up on my sticky board so that it is within the lines. Okay, now I'm gonna send it through my Cameo here. Okay. And then I'm gonna move over and of course tell my printer to print. I mean my cutter to cut. So I'm sending it over, pushing the send button. I'm making sure that it says cut edge only. And actually, what I want to do is go back and weld it. Nah. Just thinking. I've already set it up with the registration, so it's going to cut wherever it's going to cut. So I'm not going to use weld. I'm just going to send it the way it is because I do want all the little things, to be cut out. But what I'm going to use when I send it to the cutting mat on the screen here on the inside the program, I'm going to make sure that it says cut edge. Okay, so that way it's just cutting around. Okay, I'm using the setting of sticker paper white is what it is. The settings go to 5 and 14. I like that. I'm gonna keep that. Go ahead and send. And it's going to start reading the registration marks. You'll hear the noise, which lets you know that it's reading the registration marks, okay? So. Just a little tidbit. I'm pretty sure if you guys have been into crafting long enough, you already know this. But for anybody who may be watching that is not that inept with it, let me explain that. You make sure that your cutting machine is away from the wall because if you don't, it keep hitting the wall. It'll mess up and you have to start all over again, basically. But I've been doing it long enough. I know, and I still forget. It's just the positioning of my machine in the space that I have, the way I've set up my office. That's just a thing. So I thought I'd mention that because hey, why not? So while that's going over here, I'm going to get my clear permanent vinyl out. Okay. And this is Frisco Craft, and this is a clear permanent adhesive vinyl. So I'm gonna take this out. Now it has the grid on it. Okay, this is how a nice roll of it looks. And I'm gonna use this pretty much like a laminate situation. But what I'm gonna do is, and this is me trying stuff out, okay? Because I did purchase some self-adhesive um, laminate sheets, but I like to experiment with my products and like see what works and see what doesn't work. So I'm just testing this out to see if this is an alternative, because what if I don't have any laminate sheets, I have an order and I need to make it work. So I'm just testing this out to see if it'll work the same way as a self-adhesive situation. So I have about 32 seconds on this, left on that. Once it comes out, what I'm going to do though, I'm going to show you something I just thought of, right? And we're going to see together whether it works. So basically, what I'm going to try is to go ahead and let this cut, right? Once I take it out and put my clear adhesive vinyl on it, and take my scraper and go across, then I'm going to send it back through, because I want the registration marks to still be on the paper, and then I'm going to weld it first and go back and push weld, and then send it over to that might not work because the registration marks already have it pinpointed to where it's going to be. So I may just have to, instead of welding it, just put let's see what this. This is even when you miss a package. UPS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper, my clear adhesive permanent vinyl, right? I'm going to go ahead and measure it out because we don't want to waste. Go right here, looks good. And I think what I might do is, just so that to make sure that the registration mark gets red again, is to cut off this little piece over here. I'm going to take my just to separate the two, just pull up a corner, just a corner. Have my spatula ready here. I'm going to set it to the corner, and I'm going to start over here where there's no registration mark at, okay? So that way and now this may or may not work. And if it doesn't work this way, I'm thinking like the next, hold on, I'm gonna cut off this little piece right here. Because I want the machine to be able to read my registration marks again. So I'm just cutting out shoot. All right, so I'll just keep using the spatula to bring it up. I probably should have cut out, obviously, everything's a learning process. Cut out the, now, obviously, the way to make stickers that'll be much easier, which I did also, I'm waiting on some more. I ran out of my, and this is what I mean by I try to see if there's other ways to make things without having the traditional supplies. Piece of hair. So I like to experiment with the products and just kind of see what would happen if I did it like this. So this is me being critically creative, if you may. And you have to have good reflexes. Alright, so right now I'm just gonna pull it just to see. Uh-oh, I didn't want to cover the registration mark. And I don't want to pull it back and it takes anything off of it either, so I'm gonna stop it. Yeah. Make sure that it's just snip a little bit more. Don't see fine. Now I'm good. All right, I'm gonna take we must cross our fingers to pray that it still reads that little registration mark. It has a little bit of something. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and send it back through using the same registration marks that I had. This time I'm gonna change my setting from sticker paper white and put it to permanent vinyl 651. Oracle 651. Okay. I think I'm gonna do it again also and put weld on it first and then send it through with the registration mark showing it as a weld just to see what happens. But all right, so I'm gonna send it through. Let's see if it's works. See what I just told y'all about moving the thing forward, and it's like a checklist that you have to have in your head. Basically, did I do this? Did I do that? Did I do this? Did I do that? I believe my next video I'm gonna show you guys how to do these business cards, these aluminum business cards. So that'll be my next one to show you guys is how to do your business cards. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and push yes because it's saying that some things are in a rectangle, blah blah blah. Let's see. And hopefully it doesn't say registration failed. Oh, it didn't. Okay. that one little food pile where the plastic was cut, it was on top of it, didn't affect it anything. So thank goodness for that. All right, so that's a 3-minute job. I'm gonna straighten up a little while it's doing Okay, now that my stuff is done, my cameo is done cutting out the outline. We're gonna check on it and see if it did what it was supposed to do.
Okay, get all of them. I want to do it.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and check on it now. Did some quick straightening up. Whenever you have a chance to straighten up, that's what you gotta do. Now, let's see what happened here. If it did what I'm hoping. Okay, it didn't come through. That's good.
I want to do a blue.
So what I'm hoping I can do here is just lift it up or lift it out, maybe. Is it gonna work that way? Or is it because I didn't weed it first? Let me see if I can just separate the sticker paper from the backing and kind of do a reverse um, whatchamacallit, weeding. And this is coming straight through, so
Mommy,
I definitely had my cut settings. I definitely have my cut settings on a good, clean, good cut because the pieces are coming right out of the parts that it needs to come out of. Which is your O's, your A. So I'm glad for that. And I'm being careful here. Oh, but I didn't want the whole thing, no. Need an O. Just the middle, boo. All right, now I don't want to keep, see, I don't want to keep, well, I can tell you right now that, dang it, this is really good, whatchamacallit paper, sticker paper. Now that I think I've got almost all of the middles out, and this would be why welding would be a good idea. I'm not sure where the ink is coming from. I'll investigate that later. Come on. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the backing back on it. I'm gonna move all these little pieces though because I already know how that'll go down on me. I've been there, done that already a million times, so I'm not leaving any excess pieces around to get stuck on something that I don't see until the last minute. And then I'm like, what in the holy crap is that? So yes, invest in one of those little nail polish holder things and you won't have this problem. But I don't have that right now. I think I bought it and I don't know where it's at basically, so no fret. Alright, so once again this project is me seeing if instead of having clear sticker paper and doing this the quite easier way, is it possible in a crunch if I wanted to make the same thing, could I possibly do that? So I'm trying to see if I can get this from is it not going to work? The problem that I'm having with this is that you have your oh, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Speaking too soon, man. Oh, that would be the issue. Is Yeah. So yes, technically, yes, it did what it's supposed to do. It's beautiful. It's very clear. Um, all that jazz. It's looking good. So what I would have to do though is now come back with a carrier sheet. Okay. Get that back in. Now what I have to do is come back with a carrier sheet, not a let's see which way is better. Not a whatchamacallit, not a permanent vinyl. Okay. The permanent vinyl is there because like it says, it's a permanent vinyl used to adhere to whatever. Okay. And like the words say, it's a permanent. So now if I want to take my sticker that I made, let's see what this is going to be doing. Let's see. Now I think the way I want to do this is to, oh, I hate removing these things from the carriers, like so stinking hard. There we go. Gotta find a corner. So let's do it this way. I'm going to now, which I shouldn't have done it that way, but I'm gonna now take this, fold it in the middle, and let that bad boy fall down. Take my scraper tool. Okay. Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use the carrier paper to peel it up off of here, the backing. Now let's see if I can do a reverse, what's it called? Weeding. Lord. Kinda. Nah, so the issue that I'm seeing with this is that it'll probably eventually work, but Lord have mercy, the so yes, it works. You just gotta use all your strength, honey, in the world to pull it back. But it works eventually. Once you find the layer that you need to get to, which is your vinyl. But I would say, yeah, it definitely works, but basically go through with your, right, it's working. Okay. I thought it was a bomb, but it's not actually. It's working. I'm having to do like you would normally do when you weed out something from a carrier sheet. You just take your weeding tool. You know, only problem is that I just messed up by letting this touch this on the other side. So what I'm going to do is bring that back up. We'll use a combination of scissors and my weeding tool to get this going. Okay. I'm just cutting away the parts that it gets out my way so I can see what's going on. The problem I see with this is that you're putting too much of your hands on the sticker part, which is going to affect. This is definitely a in the crunch, I really need to get an order done type of situation right here. But other than that, I would tell you just to buy clear sticker paper and do it like that. Although it is working, the better and easier way would be to simply, I think once it actually adheres good to the vinyl layer, it's actually coming off pretty well actually. So I didn't do such a bad job here. So yeah, look, it's coming off now. So that's pretty good. I'm gonna keep doing the scissor method, you know, just kind of cutting off extras as I go along. But I will say that actually the process worked. Pretty cool. It was scaring me there for a second. And you know why? I know why now. Because this part, remember, I cut off and it was touching. The paper was touching to the carrier sheet, not the plastic part. All right. So that's pretty neat. That actually worked. That's pretty darn good. I like that. So basically, it's like saying you're making your sticker from scratch. But for all intents and purposes, it actually worked. So once you get the hang of it, it actually doesn't take much to pull it up. See, it's coming right up now. So I was thinking, like in my head, how could I make this process if I don't have sticker paper? Because I'm doing some stuffed balloons and I wanted to put some words on the balloon real quick. And I ran out of vinyl just regular sticker paper, clear, I should say, clear sticker paper. So in my head, I'm like, you know, tossing around ideas, like, how can I make this work? I have the printable vinyl paper. I have the printable vinyl paper, right? Well, how could I make this work without having the thingamajigger? The, whatchamacallit? And I missed one here, but it comes right up. So that's good. There we go. And I figured out a way. Because it's Nay's way, right? And Nay has figured out a way to make this work. So basically, let me go back over this again. I took permanent vinyl. I put registration marks on in my Silhouette Cameo. I then printed out the sheet printed out the image onto a printable vinyl sheet. Okay, and it's just a regular inkjet printer. Oh, there we go. Now we're on a roll here. Now we're on a roll. That's what you wanted to do right there. Got it. Got them. Nice. Very nice. We'll just get your little pieces in here. This is pretty decent. I just made some stickers, y'all. So let me go back. So I printed it out on the printable vinyl sheet. Okay. Once I printed it out, it had registration marks on it because I placed the registration marks in Silhouette. Okay. Make sure everything was in the within the borders of the, if you're a silhouetter, you know what I'm talking about. Area here between stubborn. Okay. Then it came out with the registration marks up there. Hopefully you understand the registration marks you put on to so that the cutting machine recognizes where to cut at. Okay, so let's say that part. That's what a registration mark does, and that's what it is. Okay, so once I did that, I was then able to make sure all this comes up. I was then able to put it into the cutter, which is your Silhouette Cameo. I have a Silhouette Cameo 4. You then some areas you just want to use your what is that called, your weeding tool to help it come up. And okay. So this is just saying congratulations, grad, on it. I printed it, I cut it, had it cut by using registration marks, right? Then once it got cut, I took it out and placed permanent adhesive vinyl on top of it. So that'll be glossy because it's just printable vinyl and it's kind of matte. But if you didn't want any shininess to your sticker, you could just print it out as, you know, a regular printer paper, sticker paper, and that would have been it. Then nice. Then I placed a piece of, well, I put the permanent adhesive vinyl on it, right? So I wasn't sure whether with that plastic on top that it would read, the registration marks would read it. I'm going to do this process over a couple of times just so I can perfect it. But it came out actually pretty good. I have to say that it came out better than what I was expecting. I'm going to cut around this. Exactly where right now. And I might just discard this little star over here, but I'm kind of weird. Okay, so yeah, here we go. This is basically the finished product here. Let's go ahead and put around all this sticky fingerprints and stuff that I got up there on the sides. All right. And so it's all done. I was scared in the beginning because it was doing this right here. So I cut back the plastic, and this was touching directly to the paper, the carrier sheet. So when I went to pull it up, it didn't have the stickiness. it didn't have the glossiness from the permanent adhesive vinyl that I put up there first. Okay, so it was scaring me because it looked like this, and I thought that it wasn't working, but it was working. I just had to get past that part, and I could have just cut that off. But everything's a learning process, right? And now that I know, this is just me doing this on the fly. I thought of it, and I was like, you know what? Let me try and see if this will work. Another reason why I done it the first time, and I weeded out the freaking I weeded out the daggone registration marks the first time. So I'm gonna show you that too, because I like to show you each process, each step, right? So you know what I'm saying and you know what not to do. And that's what crafting is all about, is figuring it out. Everybody has a way of doing their own thing. And a lot of times when you see someone doing something and it's perfected, it's because they went through these stages first and they had to figure out a way to make it work. Sometimes people find out different tricks and to do stuff by pretty much messing up. Sometimes it's a trial and error type of thing. So I'm gonna flip it over now and show you what it looks like. You've got congratulations, grad. Okay. So there you go. So once again, let me show you what I did first. I did it first like this, right? And I weeded off the registration mark before I laminated it. I mean, before I put the permanent adhesive vinyl. Let me show you what I mean. So I used 2 steps here. I printed it out with registration marks, right, on the inkjet printer. Then I put it in my Cameo cutting machine, and the registration marks were red, and it cut around the cut lines, right? So the first time around, I weeded the registration marks off of the paper, the backing, and it left it with just this. Okay, I went to go ahead and put the clear permanent adhesive vinyl on it, and what happened was it came off. I mean, it wouldn't come. I mean, at that point, when I wanted to then put it back through the cutter and just cut around the image with the clear adhesive permanent vinyl being up there, it had no registration marks to read it. So you probably can't see this, but the cut lines are way off. I mean, extremely off. They don't match up with the words. So there's nothing I can do with this, okay? Because it's not right. It's see. Okay, there we go. You can see that now. It's off. It's supposed to be right there on the G, but it's not. Okay, it came off at all. So I said, okay, let me try this again. I tried it again, and this time I did it right. I did the same exact steps, but this time, instead of when it came out the first time and I put the permanent vinyl on it, I didn't cut off the registration marks. But because I was scared that it wouldn't read it with the plastic, I was scared that it wouldn't read it with the plastic on it. I was afraid that it wouldn't read it through the glossiness of the clear permanent adhesive vinyl. So what I did is I cut the vinyl away so that it was, I cut the vinyl away so that it wouldn't be glossy, just in case. But I'm gonna try it again and just leave it, just the whole thing, the vinyl, adhesive vinyl on it without cutting it back next time, okay? But anyway, then once it came out, right, and it's all cut now, it was all cut with the clear adhesive vinyl on it because it could read the registration mark. So I put it back through with the clear adhesive vinyl, cut away from the actual registration marks, put it in, and it read it the right way this time, and it cut it exactly where it needed to be cut at. Then I went through and put on my carrier sheet, okay, my Frisco Craft transfer tape carrier sheet, okay, And that's what you just saw me do. At first, I thought it wasn't working because it was pulling up from the registration marks that I had not left covered with the permanent vinyl. And I thought it wasn't working. But I kept going, thank God, and realized it was working. It did work. So now what I'm going to do is just cut out my, because there are two of them together. I'm just going to cut it out and see what it is, what it's going to do. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to try to put this now on a balloon. And see what happens. This is the balloon we are practicing on, seeing what all you can do on the balloon. And I'm going to see now if this works. I've got some confetti up here and some. Oh, it's not on the outside. It's so cool. It's static. It's moving the. But let's see how that looks.
That was great.
That looks great, right?
Yeah.
So what prompted me to even think of this or to do it was I purchased, okay, some stickers. Let me show you guys that. I purchased some stickers and I got to thinking, as I always am thinking, how could I make these stickers myself without having to purchase them? Okay. So I was gonna go ahead and purchase some ones that say congratulations, grad, like this. And then I was like, wait a minute, I could do the same thing once I saw how it looked when it came. I was thinking, well, I could do the same thing. Now, I am not gonna go through all that trouble. Okay, I've already purchased some, which is what they have here. I'm going to purchase some. I've already got it coming tomorrow, but basically all this is clear. It's clear vinyl. I mean, it's clear sticker paper. I'm sorry, clear sticker paper, and of course they use the color gold, metallic gold, and then you just peel it off right here, and there you go. Okay, so because I didn't have, I was ready to make my own stickers for graduation because these are Mother's Day. I didn't have it, so I'm like, how could I do this really quick? I wonder if this will work. So now I know if I ever run out of clear sticker paper again, I can make my own stickers. The only thing that I could say that I don't like is would be like the plastic carrier sheet. I wish I could, which would happen if it's on the regular sticker paper. You understand? The clear sticker papers. I would be able to weld it and then offset it, and and then it would cut more. It would look nicer basically. But for the clutch, if you ever need to make your own stickers, that is how I would do it. Now, let me say that again. If you ever want to make your own stickers that aren't matte, if you have sticker, that's too much. If you have I should call it printable vinyl. It's basically sticker paper, If you have printable vinyl, okay, and it's white, it's not clear, and you want it to be clear around it and you want it glossy. This is matte, okay? You want it glossy, you want it to be clear around it or whatever, then this would be the way to do it. If you can't get an Amazon delivery, If you can't get to the Hobby Lobby store and you're in the clutch and you need to go ahead and still make a glossy sticker, then this is what I would do. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Hopefully this was educational, and hopefully you guys could see this being something you could do for yourself. And of course, you can see, you know, the whatchamacallit, the fingers, the fingertips. And I'll just show you that you can go ahead and take it right back off too. So if you saw something that you didn't like and you want to change it a little bit, you can.
I'm all done.
That way puts more fingerprints on it. There you go. If you wanted to cut your parts out, and it'll still be a sticker. You just won't have all the gunk around it from your fingers, your fingerprints. You can do that too. I have an older computer. I was going to say I could make a video showing you how to do this in Silhouette Studio, the part where you put the registration marks. I feel like there's so many videos out there showing you that. But yes, you could print them out. I mean, you could cut them out individually so you're not seeing all of that. There you go. That's even better. So you're not seeing all the gunky fingertips around it. It's glossy, you know. It still sticks to the balloon just fine. If you wanted to take maybe your X-Acto knife, we could do that. Let's see. If you wanted to take your healing mat, right? If you wanted to take your healing mat, take your X-Acto knife, and if you were real skilled with it, you know what I mean, with that X-Acto knife, you can just go around and cut it out. Like I said, obviously, this is for the clutch. I don't have any clear sticker, decal, vinyl or stickers. And I need to make a sticker really quick for a project, for something, an order. This is just an alternative way that I just figured out how to do. Because I ordered the proper stuff, and I have no patience, so I wanted it now. So this is what I came up with. All right. So I have effectively made stickers, glossy stickers. That'll stick to your balloons. And for this, I wouldn't even try to do too much. I would just go around the whole thing as if it was welded together, you know. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this now because I believe my phone is about to die. And that'll kill a recording really quick anyway. I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. And I'm going to leave that straight across actually. All right, before this dies, this camera phone dies on me. So there you go. Just like that, you have your sticker. And you don't have all the graininess of the fingerprints on it. It sticks just fine. Perfectly. And we do the rest with the rest of it. It's not detaching from the back or anything. Let's see if I can just... cheat a little bit with this star. I know I'm working with the foam that's gonna die, so let me cut off this. Okay. Cut off some of this up here. Make sure I don't die over here on you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna cut around some of it a little bit, but I'm not gonna. All right, so now you have your sticker like that. There you go. And now you don't have any of the fingerprints and stuff around it. Everything looks great. Alright. So that's another way to make stickers when you don't have clear sticker paper. Okay. There you go. All right. Thanks for joining my live, guys. If you did. But thanks for watching. Make sure you click subscribe and like. And you can share it too, guys. Okay. Thank you.